Hello dear students, I am Pinas Kavrana. Today we will be understanding the first chapter of history, that is how, when and where. So to begin with, let us know that the whole purpose of this chapter is to create an interest of the subject amongst you students. Now many of you might find the subject to be boring and monotonous, as according to you it only deals with dates. However, this conception is wrong, and we will see this in the chapter about what all stories or events are included in the history book, which is not only interesting to understand if mentioned in the correct format, but it is also important for you all as students to know about your history, about the history of your country. So now let us begin with the first topic in your text, that is how important are dates. You all will be surprised to know that there was a time when the historians were only fascinated with dates. Now, before we can begin with all this, let me make this very clear that with the explanations going on, I'll be mentioning some points which which you all can copy down so that it becomes very easier when you're reading your text to understand the chapter. So, you all will be surprised to know that there was a time when the historians were only fascinated with dates. They only talked about dates on which the rulers started ruling, or the dates on which the rulers fought, or won, or got defeated. However, we know that this wasn't the correct form of history. History is about changes that occurs with time. So this is your first point that you can note down. History is about changes that occurs with time. It's about knowing how things were in the past and how they are now. For example, if you see a person having tea and you start wondering then how, when and where did people start having it, that becomes an actual historical question, and that is what is real history about, because it shows us how a particular habit developed in the past and is still being continued. It gives us reasons. Thus, knowing all such history is the real history, and knowing dates about particular rulers or events is simply a past of history and not a complete history. So, with this, I can give you the second point, and that is history is all about knowing how things were in the past and how are they now. Moving on. When I talk about real history or some historical questions, as we discussed earlier in the tea example, it is not possible to always have a precise date of an event or a change. For example, it will be very easy for you to announce when were you born or your birth date, but is it easy to date when did you start developing a strong bond with your current best friend, or when did you start liking to eat Maggie, and many more such questions. So, of course, no. Similarly, we cannot fix one single date on which the British rule was established, or the national movement started, or changes started taking place within the economy and the society of our country. All this happened over a period of time. So, this means that we can only give it an approximate beginning time or date or year and an end date or year. Now, if you are clear with this concept, then can you tell me why do we keep associating history with the dates? So, this is because earlier the history books or history was only associated with battles and events of rulers. For example, when was a king born, when did he fight, etc. etc. Many events like this, and also, and all this could be easily dated. So earlier history was only about dates, but now it has changed. Now in the textbooks we will learn not just about dates, but we will see how ancient people earned their livelihood, what they produced and ate, how the society changed, and how, and many more such topics. For this particular point, for this particular topic that we just ended, here are some of the important notes. Now this could be your point number 3. Okay, moving on to the next topic, that is which dates. So, history is vast. It means it is not limited to certain events, and so we have a lot to select from. Then, what set of events or dates should be seen or taught to children so that the main changes or highlights of Indian struggle could be understood easily? Now, earlier we used to only study about these life events of people who ruled us, like the Governor General, Warren Hastings, and so on, as if only they were the history or like they were the God, and so we are studying only and only about them. But now we have changed our books. Now we will study history with the format of a story. All the chapters will also be connected. We will study about the struggle of Indians. We will study about how the mentality of people changed and how many more topics like this. Thus, a different set of dates in a story format will be seen from the text. Moving on to the next question, that is how do we periodize? Okay, to understand this, let us take an example. James Mill in the year 1817 wrote a book named A History of British India and divided it into 3 periods. The book was also in 3 volumes. The 3 periods was of the Hindu, the Muslim, and the British. This division was done to understand the characterization of that particular time and also to understand the central features of every divisions. Mill also thought that all Asians were at a lower level of civilization than the Europeans. He also said that before the Britishers came, India was ruled by Hindu and Muslim leaders. There was a lot of religious intolerance. Caste taboos were also very prominent. Superstitious practices were also going on, like the sati practice. He also thought that British rule could civilize India. It means European manners, art, literature, culture, laws, and many more such things could teach Indians the proper way to live life. He also believed that India that the progress of India was not possible without the British help. Now, this was how the British classified India, but our historians classified India in 3 different categories, that is, ancient, medieval, and modern. Now, this periodization was also borrowed from the West, where modern meant growth of overall factors like science, liberty, and all. Medieval meant a society where these modern features were not existent but were being developed. From this, a question here could be asked that can we accept the characterization of modern period as described by the Britishers and study about it? Of course no, because as in a modern society, we didn't have equality and freedom or liberty during the British rule. And so the Britishers, they did not bring any sort of modernization to us because we were not provided with equality or freedom or liberty or whatsoever. So we call the period as a colonial period where the Britishers were ruling us. From this, we can come on to this point number 4. On the next topic, the last topic for today's class, that is, what is colonial? Okay, to understand this, let us read. In this book, you will read about the way the British came to conquer the country and establish their rule, subjugating the local Nawabs and Rajas. Okay, so we will be seeing that during the colonization, as we have seen, colonial period was the period when the Britishers, they entered the country, defeated our leaders, and started ruling us. Okay, so in this book we will be seeing that how, when and where the Britishers, they entered our country. Okay, they defeated some local Nawabs and Rajas, and they started ruling us. You will also see how they established control over the economy and society, collected revenue to meet all their expenses, bought goods they wanted at low prices, produced crops they needed to export, and you will understand the changes that came about as a consequence. Okay, so we will also be seeing that how these people, they came, defeated our leaders, and they started taking control over the country. They also started taking control over our economic status and society. They collected revenues and taxes from us. They grew crops which they wanted to export to their country. They paid us very less. They bought goods from us at a very lesser price. So by all this, how our economy got affected, we'll be seeing that. You will also come to know about the changes and practices, about the changes British rule brought in values and tastes, customs and practices. Okay, apart from this, basic changes, we will also be seeing that how some mentality, superstitions were eradicated. We'll see how customs and practices changed, how our way of dressing and lifestyle also changed after the British rule. When the subjugation of one country by another leads to these kind of political, economic and social cultural changes, we refer to the process as colonization. So when any factor or subjugation of one country by another country leads to such political, economical, social and cultural changes, that particular period is known as colonization. Colonization. You will, however, find that all classes and groups did not experience these changes in the same way. That is why this book is called Our Pasts in the Plural. Okay, so this was the first part that we just understood from your first chapter of history. I can also come to this point number 5 from the understanding, and the point number 6 from the understanding that we just had. So with this, we are done with the first part of chapter number 1, history, how, when and where. I have given you a brief introduction of the chapter, that in this chapter you will be seeing a different form of history. You will be really liking the different form of history, because it is not only about dates and dates altogether. It is in a story format. We will understand how and when the Britishers entered the country, how did they defeat our local Rajas and Nawabs, how did they start ruling us, how did they change our educational system or our mentality, our culture, our lifestyle, how did they change all this. And this is all going to be interconnected with one and another chapter, and so it is going to be very, very interesting. So with this, we are done with the chapter and for the day. Please share your views in the comment section, and also subscribe for further videos in and other languages too. Thank you.